Good day, all. This is Oluwafemi Ogunle, your facility management professional. I run a series on effective facility management. And at our last video, we discussed on how you treat occupants complaint because we are still talking on occupant services. And I told us that we're going to be looking at how you can implement your occupant services plan. So, an occupant services plan should formalize service satisfaction requirements so that expectations are clear. This helps to make the delivery of occupant services measurable, consistent, and of a recognized quality, just as with your O&M services that sustains the building systems and equipment. So there are ways you can implement this plan, this occupant services plan. They include service requirements are documented and agreed upon. Your occupant services, in short explanation, the service requirement from your occupant, these are simple term SLA, service level agreement, are documented and you agreed between the occupant and yourself before you implement those plans. It's very necessary and important that service requirements are documented and agreed upon. Apart from documenting it, writing it down, what this facility user, this occupant expects me to do. He expects me to always generate light 24 hours. There must be water supply. There must be this 24 hours security services, this and that. Those are documenting. Then you go back to the meeting board so that you can agree on those things that you have documented. Then response criteria are perceived as effective and in the occupant's interest. Response criteria to requests are mainly and should be in the occupant's interest. Service complaints and feedbacks are responded to effectively and in a timely manner as perceived by the occupant. That simply means if they are complain, your response to complain to be in a timely manner as documented in your SLA. Always remember, response time must always be in your SLA, and this must be in agreement between you and the occupant. Dissatisfaction expressed by one or more occupants is quickly addressed, respectively answered and managed to avoid escalation. In our last video, we discussed this at length. Any dissatisfaction from occupant, please, it is advisable that it is quickly addressed before any form of escalation. Those that know me for zero escalation. In as much as escalation, that word escalation is good to me. To me as a facility management professional, I don't like that word escalation, because it means a lot. You can escalate good things, but in my own terms, in my own vocabulary, in my own understanding, escalation. As you are saying, as an FM, if you notice any service dissatisfaction, please quickly respond to it in a timely manner and in a respectful manner before escalation is being done. Then your planned moves, changes, or other facility destruction are identified, communicated, and executed to minimize interruptions to occupant activities. In the daily implementation of your occupant services, you may identify some moves, some changes, some facility destruction that you may want to do. Please, it is essential that once you have identified them, you communicate them, those moves, those changes, those potential destruction to your occupant services. You communicate them to your occupant immediately so that they can plan themselves, and so that you will not disrupt their activities just like that. It's always important. Don't just run into them and disrupt their activities. A good example that some of us do is, I find it very funny that you are putting a generator maintenance. You know that in Nigeria, at least for now, generator is serving more than a backup. You are now putting the maintenance on a working week, on a working day, on a working day. Excuse me. No matter how busy you are, all your generator maintenance, generator servicing must be done in a weekend where we have less traffic, less occupant presence. The only thing you should be doing on a working week with generator is if there are emergency shutdown, emergency breakdown, and by the time you keep tune with your maintenance, there will not be emergency shutdown, there will not be emergency breakdown. Also, service requests are received, prioritized, and executed with the same care and completeness as your O&M works order. Once you receive a service request, please prioritize them and quickly work on them. Other technical and quality factors are included to maintain satisfactory results relative to you recognizing performance. This includes total quality management (TQM) or similar approach that systematically and consistently examines and integrates all organizational function such as operation, finance, engineering, training, all to add value to your occupants, visitors, and facility personnel by solving problems early, even before they start, if possible before escalation. Total quality management (TQM) helps you in this. It helps you to get your faults even before even before they start coming out. Indoor air quality, in which air inside building is satisfactory relative to pollution from dust, mold, spores, carbon dioxide, or noxious gases and chemicals from materials and appliances. Please always check your indoor air quality. As a good facility manager, this is very good that you check it always.